and welcome to Blue Bottle News. I'm your host, Snow Suzanne. Let's go to Bob Swinson with the weather.
This is Bob Swinson with the weather. This weekend in Washington, D.C., we are looking at Saturday. It's going to drop in temperature a little bit. It's going to be 47 degrees and rain. Sunday, it's going to be even cooler, 40 degrees, rain, possibility of snow, less than 1 inch. This is weather with Bob Swinson, signing off.
This week's main story is a story that's date was obscured by some heirs, but occurred earlier this week. It's a story of a teenage pianist that learned a new song. When asked by one of our reporters, she said that the song was from the movie Titanic, and she seemed surprised to learn the title of the song, My Heart Will Go On, and the singer of the song, Celine Dion. The pianist is a very cheerful and peppy teen with black hair, darker skin, and a gifted fashion sense. Upon further research, arts journalists have discovered that this song is also called the love theme from Titanic, suggesting that many people may be unaware of its original title. The song was composed musically by James Horner, and the lyrics were written by Will Jennings. It was released on Dion's 1997 album, Let's Talk About Love, which in 1998 was the world's best-selling single. I think that we will be allowed to listen to a small part of the song here today.
Hello, I'm Luna Lovegood, and I'm here advertising for wands. Whether you're in Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin, we have wands for you. But if you are in Slytherin, please get wrecked. Hello, I am Ella, and I'm going to be doing the seasons. Okay, so the first one is, well, these first ones are going to be for today, which most of them I mentioned yesterday. Not yesterday, but, last time there was a newscast. Okay, Awkward Moments Day, Forgive Mom and Dad Day. Again, keep forgiving them for giving birth to you. I mean, that's the best you can do. National Biodiesel Day. Next Friday, March 25th,
Good Friday is a Christian religious holiday commemorating the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary. It always takes place on the Friday before Easter. Easter always takes place on a Sunday, commemorating Jesus' resurrection, which occurred 2 days after his crucifixion, or on the third day of his being dead.
International Day of Remembrance for Victims of Slavery and Transatlantic Slave Trade.
If I understand my limited research correctly, the transatlantic slave trade was a triangular trade in which Europeans would fill ships with finished goods like rum and jewelry and sail to Africa, where they would trade their finished goods with Africans for slaves. Why did Africans have African slaves? Because some of them were prisoners of war, some of them were criminals, and since Africa was largely tribal, one tribe could kidnap members of another tribe and take them as slaves to trade with the Europeans to get stuff. So the Europeans would fill their ships up with slaves and then sail to the Americas across the Atlantic Ocean. This is why it's called the transatlantic slave trade. And they would sell the slaves to farm owners in the Americas who wanted the slaves to work the farm. So the Europeans would give them the slaves, and the farmers would give the Europeans their farm products like sugar, I don't know, like corn maybe, and it would be crops and raw materials. So then they would fill the ship up with the crops and raw materials and sail back to Europe, where they would process the raw materials into finished goods to then send back to Africa. And according to the UN, 15 million slaves went across the Atlantic Ocean in the transatlantic slave trade.
International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Members. I celebrate that one every year.
From UN.org. As of March 15, 2015, 33 UN and associated personnel were detained by state authorities in 15 countries. 1 staff member is missing and 2 contractors remain in the custody of abductors. The International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Members is marked each year on the anniversary of the abduction of Alec Khalid, a former journalist who was working for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East, when he was abducted by armed gunmen in 1985. His body was finally found in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley in 2009. The International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Members has taken on even greater importance in recent years as attacks against the United Nations intensify. This is a day to mobilize action, demand justice, and strengthen our resolve to protect UN staff and peacekeepers, as well as our colleagues in the non-governmental community and the press.
National Day of Celebration of Greek and American Democracy. Donald Trump. U.S. holiday on the same day Greece celebrates the Greek Revolution. National Medal of Honor Day.
The Medal of Honor is the United States of America's highest military honor, awarded for personal acts of valor above and beyond the call of duty. The medal is awarded by the President of the United States in the name of the U.S. Congress to U.S. military personnel only. And according to homeoftheheroes.com, the date of March 25th was chosen to highlight this special day because it was on March 25th that the first medals of honor were presented. And one thing you can do on this day is fly your flag.
Old New Year's Day.
March 25th is the date of a mostly Catholic holiday called the Feast of the Annunciation, which is also called Lady Day in some countries. The lady being Virgin Mary. It's a day about Mary. And Lady Day was New Year's Day in England between 1155 and 1752. The logic of using Lady Day as the start of the year is that it roughly coincides with the spring equinox.
This one, all of you guys probably know it. It's the best holiday of the year. I look forward to it every year. I mean, it's better than Christmas, Halloween, Pecan Day. Tolkien Reading Day, the fall of Sharon, a character Tolkien created on the day of Valifadagon.
Vaffeldagen is Swedish for Waffle Day, and it's a mostly Swedish holiday on which you eat waffles. It occurs on March 25th because that is Our Lady's Day, or Lady Day, and in Swedish, Our Lady's Day sounds a lot like Vaffeldagen.
World Marbles Championship. And by the way, I would just like to mention one of the most important holidays, which is going to be going on now. It's actually a real holiday, not joking. In Club Penguin, which I know a lot of you guys play, it's Puffle Day. Remember your puffles. Remember your puffles. And now members can buy all the puffles, and remember, if you are not a member, go cry. Yes, cry about only being able to get the red or blue puffle. This is what you're missing.
And now it's time for the question of the week. The question of the week is the same question as the question last week because no one answered the question last week. So which means it's probably no one watched the whole newscast. So if you watched the whole newscast, you are A, the first person to do so. B, comment in the comments, what is your favorite color? So that we can have someone answer the question of the week. Bye!